When I beat you on power rule, you going to bed, nigga. That's gonna teach you to respect real niggas.
Don't get tucked in. Pussy.
Bitch, I got money now.
Oh, man. What's the deal, man? It's Boy McClain at McClain TV. Back at the crib. I forgot to clean my buildings last night. Man, I ate a bunch of food, went to sleep, woke up. It was another day. I'm like, oh my God, I went to sleep like 6. I was planning to go to sleep at 6. Get up like 9 o'clock, clean. It didn't work that way. So that's why I look rough this morning. I don't care. I'm a Saiyan, bro. You know, I'm the same anime character y'all be watching. That's what I am right now. I see my hair look like Sonic the Hedgehog, but it is what it is. Shout out to everybody subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all the support I've been getting, man. Love the comments. Y'all telling me to keep going. Y'all telling me y'all love me, man. I appreciate those type of comments, man. Those things are really motivating. Because y'all know I've voiced numerous of times that I just feel like quitting YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the passion for it no more. It's slowly coming back. You know what I'm saying? It's slowly coming back. Slowly still want to expose, you know. I still want to do hating ass food reviews. You know, I want to do food reviews as a hater or hating ass reviews, period. Because I'm a hater at heart, and I feel like that's a talent. Being a true hater is a talent that should be shown more. You know what I'm saying? Not many people are haters. True haters. I'm talking about a real person who just hates everything. Like, I'm a hater at heart, and I want to do that. So down the line, you know, I think about doing hating ass food reviews. You know, we might go around, you know, a few places here, start building up. But I want to focus on my core, the one y'all support me for, the one y'all love me for, my exposing conspiracy nut. Cause that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm the Hood Illuminati man, and it's going to continue to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to some content, man. So recently, I watched Poetic Flacco. He's a really good YouTuber, man. He does, as far as being a YouTuber, that is the template of what you need to do. I'm glad he does not do full reactions. He does commentary. I like his commentary. You know what I'm saying? He did come from Adam 22. Did Poetic Flacco sell out? I'm pretty sure he bowed down to the dingus. He gives me sassy boy vibes. But he did a video I just seen about Corey Holcomb PDF allegations. And I did not know Corey Holcomb says so much stuff, y'all. I'm not that guy who's going to go out and get clips. My lips dry. Man, you got to be prepared for get on camera. I did not know that Corey Holcomb said all those weird things. You know, I did not know he said all that. But he said a lot of weird stuff far as, you know, he said a joke about he was at his old lady crib, and her 15-year-old daughter got into bed and he had no clothes on and he couldn't display his thoughts. Then he said something about kid. This is all recorded. Go watch Poetic Flacco video. I'm not about to do no clip farm. I ain't about to be out there getting no clips and editing. Nah, man. I don't mind editing, but I like editing my breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? It do make the blog better. But he also had a joke to where he said kid sexual organs is the best. He said he went to Iceland and he took advantage of the no child law. And a lot of men think this way, y'all. There's a lot of men out there that are sick that will sleep with a child. When I was growing up, it was normal. Guys were sleeping with 13-year-old girls, 14-year-old girls. Y'all, that didn't stop till like 2015. I remember one time, there was this girl, man, her name was Sharika, and she had a little sister. Her little sister was a little yellow bone, fast. Her little sister was like 13, 14. And there's these little young girls who go out and look for this adult attention. Sharika, me and her were the same age. And we talking, we whipping it up. And her sister come out, they got different moms or different dads, whatever. Her sister's yellow, so, you know, and I'm going to do a video about this as well, how light-skinned women are gods in the black community. Black men worship light-skinned women. They put them on pedestals. Like, we have to do a separate video about that. But this young girl, 14, 13, coming out the house, and guys staring at her, grown men, 25, 26, 21, staring at her, and she's looking. There's another time I want to bring up. I was 21, and I went to the hood with my homeboy, Angel. You know, we was just out there buying some weed, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to buy some weeds where he knew it at. So he said, I know a hood 30 minutes from here. I said, yeah, 30 minutes for some weed wasn't, and I ain't had no kids at the time. I had a responsibility. So I drove way out there. And I ain't had much money. All I bought was a gram. Funny story is, so I get there, and there's this dude who has a turtleneck, and all he do is rob me. Like, see how my hair is nappy? Imagine this, no moisturizer, 5 times nappier, red eyes and dark skin. And he's in all black in the middle of the summer. And they say he was plotting on robbing me, but I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? I don't never really show no fear, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't had nothing to take anyway. But got the weed. When I bought the weed, this dude pull up and he sit down, want to smoke the weed with us. Like he didn't talk to none of that. He soon as I rolled the blunt up, he pulled up and wanted to smoke. But they were like, you better have done that. He'd have robbed you. Anyways, there was this girl there, very pretty girl, you know, and I know a female would never say, guess how old I am? And she asked me that. She said, guess how old I am? And all the dudes looking. I said, you probably 15, 16. She said, how you know? Now, granted, she had the body of a grown woman. She looked like she was about 20, you know, the body-wise. But I could tell how she was dressed, how she did her hair. I know a child. That's why when dudes be like, she lied about her age. You're a pedophile, man. I mean, should I say that word? Hopefully I don't get demonetized. You're a PDF. There should be no reason why you don't know a girl's age by how they act. I know a baby. I know when a girl's under the age of 25. I know. Even if she's the most calm, mature, I know. I can tell by bone structure, mannerisms, how they dress, and I'm completely turned off and disgusted. Like, get your little young self away from me. You know what I'm saying? So when that time, back when I was at the hood, this girl was 16, and all the older males there said he hit it. My homeboy said he hit it. But at the time in 2010, I didn't think nothing was of it because I didn't look at my homeboy as a PDF because I'm like, everybody was busting down 15, 16-year-olds, 14-year-olds. I remember being in high school, girls was excited to sleep with a 27-year-old male, a 28-year-old male. I couldn't imagine being this age, 30 years old. I'm 35 now. I couldn't imagine going out talking to a girl that young. That is creepy. That is weird. And that's how it was a lot back in the day. And any man who partook in that was PDFs. So there's a lot of PDFs running around back in the day. There's a lot of men right now who don't want to admit it, but there's still a lot of men who are PDFs. There's a story of a young girl. She was 13, and the dude killed her. I don't know the name of the story, but it went viral. Light-skinned cat. He dated a mama, picked the child up, groomed the child, got the 13-year-old girl pregnant, and killed her. This happened a lot when I was growing up. Y'all, so many girls got touched on by their uncles. If so many girls got touched on by their uncles, it made no sense to how often I came across that. How many, and I really wish my generation will come out and talk about this. I would love to have a platform where we can all sit down comfortably and talk about how we was preyed on, how I have a homeboy right now. He was 5. An older woman was molesting him. Look how many older women are coming out molesting these children. There is a sickness going around to where people want to touch children. I'm the opposite. Everybody knows me. I like older women. The girl I'm with now is actually younger than me. I got her by like 6 years, you know what I'm saying? But she's real mature, you know what I'm saying? But I look at past 27, you just grown. You free for all, pretty much. But I have never been the type of dude who wanted younger. I'm always turned off by younger girls. I remember being 16 and having relationships. And every time when me and a girl did it, and she was 16, I was 16, they didn't smell good. So I'm under the impression that young girls don't know how to clean themselves. So, and Corey Holcomb has a lot of these jokes. And he even had a joke talking about if you was to impregnate a 14-year-old, that'd be the healthiest baby. If you was to impregnate a 21-year-old, a 22-year-old, that'd be the healthiest baby. Why would you even want to lay down with a 14-year-old? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you 14, she 14, that's a different story. But a whole grown man, you want to lay down with something that is just disgusting. And Corey has a lot of those jokes. I always thought Corey Holcomb jokes was not funny. I used to watch 5150, but I was never a fan. I never watched it consistently, you know. And I always thought Corey Holcomb jokes was more shock value jokes. Let me just say something to shock value. I used to do shock value jokes. Yeah, man, I fucked the fat bitch and she was sweating, her titties was sweating. You know, that stuff isn't really funny. You know what I'm saying? But my stories, I used to do a lot more with them. I remember when I was in the military, I used to tell a lot of people used to gather around me to hear these stories, man. I really didn't take full advantage of my talent, you know what I'm saying? And I still to this day, because I don't know how to incorporate it to a stage, you know, and I had never tried. But because I don't know I don't really know when I'm being funny. But anyways, Corey Holcomb, in my opinion, is a guy who likes underage women, you know, and I hate seeing this thing go around where men go for girls who are 18. Now, there was one man say he was 38 talking to an 18-year-old. Now, look, I'm going to say this. If you are 40, 35, 40, I'm going to just say me, for example. Say I'm single. I'm out and about, and a girl 19 years old pull up, and she flirt with me. And she like, hey, look, I want you to beat me down. I'm going to take that little 19-year-old girl to the crib and beat down. I ain't going to lie to you. She's legal age, is what she want, but I'm not about to cuff and be her man. I'm not about to be calling her every day. A 19-year-old girl is aggravating. They can't do nothing for me. I like grown women. Like I said, if you a 40-year-old man and a 20-year-old pulls up and she wants to let you beat, by all means, man, do it. She's legal age. She can make that decision. However, I think it's weird when you want to make this your partner, because not every day you're dealing with a child. You know, I remember when I was 27, I was at a strip club, and I was driving for Uber and Lyft at the time. And my favorite line was, hey, baby, you need a ride? The Lyft man get some Lyft guys. When I was a Lyft man, I got a lot. The girl said, yeah, I need a ride at the club. What's your name? She had a little piercing right here, brown skin. I did not know her boobs were literally this long, bro. Her boobs, oh my God. When we finally messed around, this is what her boobs look like. I'm not making this up, y'all. This is real. She had long titties. At 19, I said, girl, how you this young, your titties? Bro, yeah, I'm not exaggerating. Bro, titties was like this. When I first met her, they was in a bra, so they was balled up. And I remember just how different the dynamic was dating her. I was 27 years old, had my own car, had my own crib. Here she is, no crib, no car. She's stripping. And I'm like, okay, she don't know the strip. She don't know to get, piped down. And in the strip club, there's a lot of 18 and 19-year-old girls in there. Where y'all daddies at? Y'all daddies don't love y'all? Like, come on, man. I love my little girl. I told my little girl, I love her so much. But a lot of females, a lot of males are into those type of females, you know what I'm saying? But I just think it's weird. Even when I was talking to that 19-year-old girl, I was turned off. I'm like, she was just too much of a child. And a lot of men, for some reason, like that. They want them underage. Like, I don't get it. There's a lot of 25, 30. Women are still attractive as they age. I hate when people say, oh, this is why men like younger women. Like, I remember I seen a meme the other day. It showed Rihanna at 21 and showed Rihanna at 38 and said, this is why men like younger women. That same young girl is going to get old too. We have to stop putting so much pressure on women about getting older. They still look good. You dudes are just weird. You dudes are just gay. That's my opinion. I feel like a real man will hit any female. A real man that will find something attractive about her. Most men, when a dude be having all these standards, dude, you got to respect the woman's going to get older. Y'all can't wait till she get older, but I don't want to touch you no more. I'm attracted to an older woman. I'm attracted to some flaws. And I never understood that about men, putting all this pressure on women about getting older. Oh, this is why dudes date younger girls. She's going to get old too, man. So if you're 50, she's 20, in 10 years, she'll be 30 years old. And I'm tired of people trying to say 30 is old, 35 is old, 40 is old. I know I'm the person who says that you're old if you're 30. But in reality, you're not. And we put so much pressure on being young because of these sick men. And it's these sick men, it's because men in power are weird for some reason. I have no idea when you get $1 billion, you want to just sleep with children. I have no idea why when you get rich, you just want these young kids. I have no idea why it's like that. No idea, because rich men are the one who set these high, strict standards on these women and have our regular women out here working on 9 to 5s wanting to meet these crazy standards, get these BBLs and stuff because those rich men date these type of females. You will see a Stephon Diggs with a Cardi B, but you won't see what his regular baby mama look like. You know what I'm saying? Biggie Smalls' first wife was a gorilla, a chunky butt. Show that. Little Durk was piping a big white chick before he got on. But now he rich, he want to date these models. And we put so much pressure on our women, man. And I'm sorry for diverting off topic. I know I'm ahead of that. If you're gonna watch his content, I'm gonna just leave a disclaimer. I'm gonna go off topic at times. Y'all gonna have to deal with it. This is how I do my content. Alright? Y'all gotta just deal with it. This is how I do my content. It's not all over the place. I'm still on topic, in my opinion. But Corey Holcomb is disgusting. I'm no longer, I never was a fan of him. I hate his jokes. Hearing him joking about impregnating a 14-year-old child is disgusting. It is disgusting. It should not be supported. And hearing him talking about it's okay, like what you got an infatuation of wanting to be with a 13-year-old. Why? And then, like I said, when I was growing up, we had a girl. Her name was Shamika. Shamika has been built since we was 12, 11. I'm talking about like 10. Imagine a 10-year-old with double D's, hips and ass at 10. I remember being in the 4th grade with her. I'm like, whoa, what is going on? When she hit puberty, we was babies one day, blinked. When she hit puberty, boom, boom, boom. When she hit 13, she was at her peak. Now, granted, she flashes one day, and them titties, oh my God. I ain't even got nothing to show. They look like, man, hold up. This how they look, bro. When she flashed us, this how they look. Like one boob. This some old line. Oh, one boob. It was disgusting. I'm like, let's be honest, fellas. Most titties look better in bras. Most booties look better in thongs. Let's be honest. But Shamika was getting piped down by all the hood. Grown men. I think her first baby daddy was 40. And where are the mamas at? I'm going to tell another story. We had this one girl. Her name was, I can't remember her name. I used to work with her. She was telling me, hey, I'm 20 years old. Okay. I said, okay, you're 20. She said, yeah, my baby 5. I said, okay, so you had your baby at 15. Yeah. My baby daddy is 32. I said, huh? He what? Yeah, he 30. I said, so you 20, he 32, meaning 5 years ago, you was 15, he was 27. And she says her mama was the one who put her on. It was her mom. Her mom was the one who put her on. And I'm like, what? So your mom introduced to a whole grown man and didn't say a word, didn't bat an eye. Didn't bat an eye. The moms are the ones who be doing this stuff. Like, who allows this stuff to go on? A lot of times it's these crazy mamas. These crazy women out here. Put it like this. I feel like majority of women are batshit. Not majority. There's a majority of women have their sense. A lot are really good. But I feel like y'all got a strong 30% of y'all who are just batshit insane. There should be no reason why a grown woman allow her daughter to date a 27-year-old man. She's 15. And if any man outside of my daughter's age range trying to holler at my daughter, he's getting iced. I know how to get away with murder, in my opinion. I think if I really wanted to, I think I can get away with it. You know, I know how to get rid of you if I really wanted to. And if it's a man and he's trying to pursue my daughter and she's 15 and he's 21, he's going to get put on ice. And I know for a fact I'll get away with it. I know for a fact. And if she's 18 and a dude's 40 trying to holler at my daughter, he's getting put on ice. I'm not going to play no games. I'm about to have no conversations with him. He's iced. You know, I got ways to get rid of you, and guess what? I would hate to have to use them, but men are predators and they are sick. And where are these people's parents at? And hearing Corey talk about that type of stuff is disgusting. It's very, and now he's upset. He's talking about you don't call a black man. He's always trying to use this black man stuff. He's like, you don't call a black man a pedophile. Why would we not call you that if you're joking about it? Anybody who watched my content never heard Dwayne McClain say nothing about no underage. What y'all heard Dwayne McClain say? Don't catch me at a rest home. I'm at your grandma's house. My dream, one of my sick fantasies, is walking up to a 90-year-old woman in a wheelchair and who has gave me consent that she wants this. And she slowly opens her mouth up like, and I insert it in. And I grab her head. That's one of my fantasies, is to violate a 90-year-old woman. Not violate, but like ramshack a 90-year-old. Like, oh my God, baby. Oh. That's my fantasy. One of them. One of my deep, dark ones. Never about no kid. Corey's the one with these weird jokes about touching a child or doing something with a child or being engaged with a child. That's him. That's not us. And it's disgusting, man. And a lot of men have this on them. A lot of men. And we got to call this out. We got to call it out as soon as we see it. A lot of women are like that. A lot of women out there who want a boy for some reason. I remember being a boy. I remember being 19 and grown women approaching me. I was nervous out of my mind. Nervous out of my mind. Well, granted, I would have ramshacked them, but I was so nervous I didn't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? But I remember grown women coming at me at 19. I remember being 19 years old, grown woman had me in her house, you know, cooking me food, and I'm like her son. Me and her son are the same age. You know what I'm saying? I'm 19, her son 18. She up cooking us both breakfast, and I done beat this dude mama down the night before. And she cooking us breakfast, and he playing the game with me. And I was like, I felt like it was so weird. PDF files. There's a lot of them out there. A lot of them, but I think that's all I got to say on it, man. I think Corey is disgusting. I never found his content funny. I think I don't like the person Corey Holcomb is. He never had those funny jokes to me. You know, his style is not funny to me. I will never want to see him in stand-up. I won't buy a ticket. Somebody came to me with a Corey Holcomb ticket. I'd probably trash that, man. Like, why even bring me some garbage like that? I don't respect a lot of the stuff he does. You know, he falls out a lot of people on the show. Corey's he's just not a good person. And then these PDF allegations on him are not allegations. These are the truth. These are the truth of him wanting to mess around with children. You know, this is what he says out his mouth. Why are you even in bed? And why is a 15-year-old girl hopping in bed? This is why, ladies, y'all really got to be careful if you got children who you dating. So Corey said a story about him being in bed with no clothes on, her 15-year-old daughter hopping in bed with him. Now I'm glad my daughter mother ain't got no man. I would hate that. I think that's probably why, because no man need to be around. See, now when I go to visit, my daughter and her mama be dang near undressed when I go to visit. Like my little girl would have like some weird clothes. Like say like yesterday I came over, she had like pajamas on. You know, really short pajamas, and her mama was in some type of gown. You know what I'm saying? I would hate for another man to be around them like that. You know, I'm their father. I know for a fact they safe around me. But another man, no. And then why is it a 15-year-old girl hopping into bed with her mama and then knowing that she knew her daddy, that man was in there? Like I said, a lot of these 15-year-old girls be fast. Be fast. And just because they fast don't mean you got to catch the fastball. Don't mean you got to swing at the fastball. Let strike out. Don't even approach it. A lot of these young girls be fast looking for grown man attention. I remember being in college. Man, I remember being in college and these grown men pull up and they were not students. They was running through them girls. And they was willingly lit. But when a girl in college is free game, because at the end of the day, technically she's an adult. Still weird. That's all I gotta say about that topic, man. Let me know what y'all feel, man. How y'all feel about Corey Holcomb? He talking about he's under attack. Dude, you ain't under no attack, man. You destroying your own self. You said this stuff. Nobody's attacking you, man. You an idiot for swinging on a woman anyway. I don't care what a woman say. I'm not about to swing on her. I'm not about to swing. I know to control myself enough to walk away. I know sometimes women just want attention. You swung on that woman. Nobody's trying to take you down. That man with TMZ who was recording you that day, you the one pulled your phone out. Let that man record. All right, you a celebrity. Let him record. He said he's doing his job. You the one talking about, oh, they following me. All right, follow me. Man, I'll get put on a show. Let me find out I'm getting followed. Oh, my God. Man, I put on a daggone show. But, yeah, man, that's all I got to say about Corey Holcomb, man. Probably my last video talking about him. Let me know some videos in the comments, which I want me to talk about next. Support on McClain TV. Everybody should be safe from out.